What's up, investors? It's the Russian dude. Let's get straight to the point and talk about some ridiculous Russian propaganda. Ooh. Okay, today we have this young guy in Moscow who was pretty much attacked by some other young people. The reason for this it was because obviously of his hair color, which are blue, yellow and green. The attackers did not care about the green color, but they were mainly focused on the yellow and the blue one. For some reason, I have no idea why, guys, let me know down below comments why do you think. So long story short, then this guy with the painted hair, he did go to the police, he did file a complaint that hey guys, I was beaten, blah blah blah, so can you find please those guys? Guess what the police did? Wait a second. Why are you propagandizing the symbols of an evil country? Why your hair looks like a Ukrainian flag? Okay, bro, we're not gonna take the application from you. We're not gonna care about these guys. But instead, we're gonna charge you for discrediting the Russian army. Just imagine this guy. He got beaten on the street, he went to the police, and then he got charged with breaking some Russian ridiculous laws. This is ridiculous. Basically, it can all be summarized that in Russia it is way more punishable to wear anything that resembles yellow and blue colors, rather than just randomly approaching somebody on the street, beating them for no reason. That's okay. As long as you don't wear anything blue and yellow, then you're gonna be safe. Guys, if you do think that this is absurd, can you please like this video and subscribe to my channel? Shaving my beard and leaving only mustache. When we reach 245,000, we're only less than 200 subscribers away. And this is supposed to happen before the end of the week, so guys, please hurry up. Subscribe if you don't mind, this also helps channel a lot. Don't forget about my second channel, The Russian Dude Investing, where in today's episode I will be talking about a third of the US banks being at the risk of going bankrupt and other crypto and stock market news. The link to my second channel is also down below. But okay, now let's get not yet serious, because we're gonna talk about Russia wanting to attack Poland, which almost made into a ridiculous Russian propaganda, but then I was like, okay, it does deserve its own separate chapter. Then I'm gonna give you a quick update from the south and the east of Ukraine, and we'll talk about 4 entire Chechen battalions being brought to Ukraine for one single reason. And so yes, so speaking about these Russian-Polish relationships, which are not so good recently, according to the Deputy Minister of Foreign Affairs of Russia, Sergei Rybkov, he did say that all these NATO exercises next to the Russian border, Poland making the statements that they're gonna bring their military vehicles closer to the border with Russia next to this Kaliningrad region, all this severely escalates the situation between two countries. That is why for him, according to Sergei Rybkov, in order to de-escalate the situation, Russia will be ready to invade Poland, attack it with nuclear weapons, that's your typical de-escalation of the situation according to Russia, Russian style. I mean, yeah, guys, it makes sense. Russia threatens everyone, Putin makes nuclear threats at this point weekly, this is normal. As soon as Poland is actually just moving military vehicles inside its own country, that's it, this is a huge escalation for Russia. Well, there you have it. Okay, now as promised, it is time to get serious, and let me first give you an update from the south of Ukraine. First of all, we have the satellite images from Jankoy airfield, and as you can see, Ukrainians were able to destroy Russian S-3 and S-400 systems. Next, we have a video from Kherson region from one of the Z soldiers, and he is filming pretty much destroyed armored personnel carrier BTR-82A, which reportedly this happened as a result of a Ukrainian heavy drone Baba Yaga attack. Then is the picture from Odessa, which is basically the confirmation of Russians using the ballistic missiles against the local post office. There is no way Russians were claiming this was the storage of the Western military equipment. Well, no. Literally, you can see this is a post office. Approximately 3 million hryvnias worth of deliveries and packages were destroyed in this attack. Next is the video from Mariupol, where Russians for the very first time sent its train, which now goes from Mariupol to Volnovakha, and this is pretty much their attempt to bypass the usage of the Crimean bridge, because yes, Ukrainians are endangering this engineering construction, most likely eventually it will fall. So Russians are trying to build this railway system on the territory of occupied Ukraine, going all the way from the east to the south. So this is how they would want to resupply themselves, the front lines, so they don't have to use the Crimean bridge. So as you can see, they kinda assume that it will be destroyed sooner or later. And before we talk about the situation in the east, just one quick word from the territory of Russia, because this last night, again, oil refineries on its territory were attacked by Ukrainians, and the ones which were affected were located in Oryol, Smolensk and in Krasnodar. In response to that, Russians did once again attack the civilian neighborhood in Kharkov. And Ukrainians, on the other hand, they were able to find a Russian Buk air defense system in Sumy and also destroy it. And by the way, guys, so there will be a victory parade in Moscow on May 9th, and as always, this is a tradition on the Russian Dude channel. I will be doing a live stream, so also if you don't want to miss it, please subscribe to my channel. The live stream will happen on May 9th at 3 AM Eastern Standard Time. But what I mean by that is that Russians did have a goal of capturing a Chasiv Yar before May 9, so Putin can present some kind of victory during his victory parade speech. For these reasons, for the last almost 2 weeks, Russians did maximize their efforts in Ukraine, trying to once again achieve and capture something. And for this, they even were able to bring 4 entire battalions of Chechens. So let's talk about this right now. This information originally came to us from the representative of the third company, Mr. Bitsak. He basically gave an interview. They are operating in Sumy region. And according to his intelligence, there was spotted approximately 4 battalions of Chechens, 150 to approximately 200 kilometers away from Ukrainian border, and this was the update for Monday. Which basically means most likely right now those Chechens, they already entered Ukraine and they will be used once again for one single purpose, escalating the situation, trying to help Russians push as much as possible, because battalions are hundreds or even thousands of people. Most likely they will bring them to the east. There is a very big probability they are going to be dislocated next to Chasiv Yar. And this is the settlement of the main concern, of the main concentration for both Russians and Ukrainians, at least for the next several days. Because let's be honest, Russians only have that much more resources left for only potentially one last major attack. This will be most likely their ultimate one, because for the next one they once again will need to slow down the offensive, resupply themselves, help the army, recruit, mobilize more people. So once again, this next one will most likely be their big one and the last one. For these reasons, right now, also according to Ukrainian intelligence, there are at least 2 potential choices for Russians where to attack, but once again, since they only have one last opportunity, they have to select only one direction. Guys, let's talk about this right now in this bonus chapter, where Russians are planning to attack next. And I decided to make it exclusively for my Patreons, because guys, I want to say thank you for supporting my work. So if you do want to continue watching this episode and you want to know where Russians will attack next, most likely, please go ahead and check my Patreon, the link is down below. The best way to support the channel right now. Guys, thank you so much. And also in this extra chapter, I will talk about more events which happened along the eastern front lines and show you photos and videos which will be fully uncensored. Guys, as always, thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe, because in less than 200 subscribers I'm leaving my mustache and shaving my beard, so let's see how it looks. Don't forget about my second channel, The Russian Dude Investing, and all the other useful links, my merch, Patreon, Instagram, can be found down below. Thanks so much for watching, see you tomorrow.